Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm about to write you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm about to write you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm about to write you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. And I wish no one was home. But they are, and she's watching it right down there. And it sucks. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Okay. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. Hey, my name's Sergio, and I'm writing you an awesome book. So enlightenment, that thing. So enlightenment. So enlightenment. Enlightenment. So enlightenment. That thing that monks achieve in the middle of nowhere when they're meditating on some hill in Thailand and they get these crazy realizations of the world and insights on everything. You can get that too. So enlightenment. That thing that monks meditating on top of some hill in the middle of nowhere, Thailand, are getting. This insight and realization on everything in the world. You can get that too. So enlightenment, that thing that monks in the middle of time. So enlightenment, that thing that monks achieve when they're meditating on some remote hill in the middle of nowhere, Thailand, and they get these crazy insights and realizations on the whole world. You can get that too. So enlightenment, that thing that monks in Thailand meditating on the middle of. So enlightenment, that thing that monks get when they. So enlightenment, that thing that monks get when they're meditating on some hill in the middle of nowhere, Thailand, and they get these insights on the world and realizations about what everything is, and they feel amazing. you can get that too. So enlightenment, that thing that monks get when they're on top of some hill in the middle of Thailand and they're meditating and they get these insights and realizations on what everything in the world really is and all that jazz, you can get that too. Hi, my name's Sergio and I'm about to write you an awesome book. Hi, my name's Sergio and I'm about to write you an awesome book. So enlightenment, that thing that monks get in the middle of when they're meditating on some remote hill in the middle of Thailand and they get these incredible insights and realizations on what the whole world is. You can get that too. 2 more tries. So enlightenment, that thing that those monks get when they're meditating on the top of some hill in the middle of nowhere, Thailand, and they get these insights and realizations on what everything really is, you can get that too. Last one. So enlightenment, that thing that monks get when they're meditating on top of some hill in Thailand and they get these realizations about what everything really is, you can get that too. Last one. So enlightenment, that thing that monks achieve when they're meditating on top of some remote hill in the middle of nowhere, Thailand, and get these crazy insights and realizations about what everything is, you can get that too. And I actually think you don't have to meditate or focus your thoughts inwards. That's one way of getting there, but I think that you can just open your eyes and wake up and realize everything that's actually going on here. And I think you have to look, and I don't think you just need to look, and I don't think you have to, and I don't think you have to focus your thoughts inwards. I think you have to actually open your eyes and realize everything that's actually going around us and learning from all the information that previous geniuses and experts on things have already learned and spoken about. And I don't think you have to meditate and focus your thoughts inward. I think you just have to open your eyes and wake up and realize everything that's actually going on here. Looking at everything for what it actually is and learning from it. See, that's what science is, and it's doing a pretty good job. See, that's what science is. It's just trying to figure out what the hell is going on here, and it's doing a pretty good job. The problem is that we know so much in science, but the average person doesn't know any of it because science has been taught and expressed in an uninspired way. So there's this need and drive of all of us to always learn more. No, I want polite. So there's this need and drive for the whole world to always learn more and progress, but I don't find there's as much of this want to effectively communicate those ideas to everybody. There's a gap there. So there's a gap between how much is known in science and how much the average person knows in science, and I think we need to bridge that gap. So that's where I come in. I'm passionate about these things, and I'm passionate about expressing complicated ideas in an easy to understand manner, and to get people excited about the fascinations of what's actually going on around us all the time. I love these things and I freak out when I think about deep things. I love these things because they're real, and they're as real as anything else that you've ever learned in your life, but they're crazy, and that's what's so fun to think about. I love these things because they're real, and they're as real as anything else you've ever... I love these things because they're real, and they're as real as anything else you've ever thought of in your life. No. So I love these things because they're real, and they're as real as anything else you ever learned in your life. But these ones are real, so it's really crazy. No. So I love learning these things. So over the years, I've always... So I love learning about these things, and I flip out because they're real. They're so insane and crazy, but they're actually as real as anything else you've ever learned in your life. And I want to share these feelings with you. So I love learning about these things because they're real, and there's... So I love learning about science and these things because... So I love learning about science because it's crazy deep. So I love learning the crazy things in science because they have crazy implications, but they're real. That's what's so fascinating about it all, and I want to share that with people. I want to. So I love learning new things in science, and I love... So I have this crazy appetite to learn things, and so I'm always learning more and more about science, and I've come to these crazy realizations, and I want to share that with you. Fuck. So I love learning science because it has these crazy implications, but it's real stuff. It's as real as anything else you ever learned. So I love learning about these things because they have crazy implications, but they're real, and I want to share that with you. So I love learning these things in science because they're real. So I love learning new things in science. I love learning science. I'm losing it, and I can't lose it right now. So I love learning things in science because they're real, and they're crazy. No, I can't say it like that. So I love learning things in science because it has these crazy, interesting, and fascinating implications, but it's real. It sounds like it's not real, but it actually is as real as anything else you've ever learned in the world. And that's what's amazing about it, and I want to share that with you. So when you look at everything for what it really is, you come to these enlightening spiritual realizations like, so when you're learning everything through science and you're looking at everything for what it actually is, you're coming to these crazy, eye-opening revelations about everything. Like, you're alive, and you're just part of the driving force that's driving everything else that's alive. And we forget that, and it sounds so like weird to talk about it. Like, oh, what's this guy thinking about? But it's like real, and it's as real as anything else. And I love it, and I want you to understand that. So when you're looking at everything for what it actually is, you come to these crazy enlightening realizations about what everything is. Like, you're alive and you're just part of everything else that's alive. And you're being pushed and motivated by the same forces that push everything else that's alive. And you just don't know it yet. And once you do, you can understand it and just be like as great as you're supposed to be and just let the greatness in you become. You're alive and you're part of the driving force that's pushing everything else that's alive, and you just don't realize it yet. And when you do, you can just understand it and get out of the way and let it happen. Let the greatness that's inside of you happen. So by thinking of everything scientifically, is it really going to be, it's going to be too like, I'm going to edit it. I'm going to see if it's not quick enough, but I got to be quicker. Even right now, I got to be fucking quicker, bro. I got to be quicker, bro. So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're part of the... So I want you to realize things that you are alive and you're part of the driving force that's pushing all other life forward. So I want you to realize things like you're alive and you're part of the drive that's pushing all life forward, and that... No, I gotta look around and shit. So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're just part of the driving force that's pushing everything else that's alive. It is pushing you to be great, and you don't realize it yet, but when you do, you can just get out of the way and let it be and understand it and let the greatness happen. So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're just part of the driving force that's pushing everything else that's alive, and it's pushing you to be great and be the best you could be and to get better, and you just don't realize it yet. And when you do, you get these crazy realizations about everything. You understand it and you let it be, you get out of the way and you just let it happen, and you let the greatness inside of you happen, and it's an amazing feeling. So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're just part of the same driving force that's pushing everything else to life, and it's pushing you to be great, but you just don't realize it yet. But when you do realize it, you can just get out of the way and let it happen and let the greatness that exists inside of you happen. So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're just part of the... So I want you to realize things like you are alive and you're just part of the same driving force that's driving everything else here that's alive, and it's driving you to be great and to get better all the time. But you just don't realize it yet. You kind of do deep down, but you never really thought about it. But when you do think about it, you understand it. You can get out of the way and let the greatness happen. And it's an amazing feeling. Or fascinating things like you are your thoughts and your thoughts shape your future. Everything here was once someone's idea. This camera, this screen that you're watching it on. That's nice. Or fascinating things like you are your thoughts and your thought. Or fascinating things like you are your thoughts and your thoughts shape your future. Or fascinating things about how powerful thoughts and ideas are. Or power... I want you to realize empowering things like you are your thoughts and your thoughts shape your future, and when you understand that, you freak out too. Or empowering things like you are your thoughts and your thoughts shape your future, and when you understand that, you freak out too. Everything here was someone's idea in their head. The job you go to, school you go to, the books you buy, the car you drive to work. This video you're watching was my idea. So I want you to realize fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything that exists here was someone's idea first. The school you go to, the job you go to, the car you drive in, the food you eat. No, the food you eat is not good. Or fascinating things like you are your... Or fascinating things... Oh, okay, so the other one is like... Blah, blah. Or fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything here was an idea first. Every job you go to, the school you go to, the car you drive, the bus you take, the businesses all around the world, the flow of things, the house you live in, this camera, the screen you're watching this, all of that was someone's idea before it existed in reality. Every product, every business, every piece of art and music. Or things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything that exists here now. Yeah. Or things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything that exists here existed first as someone's idea. Or fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything that exists here, every business, every product, every piece of art, every music song. Nah, come on. I want you to realize fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. No, the smile thing is stupid. I want you to realize fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Yeah. I want you to realize fascinating things like you are your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your future. Everything that's here, every business, every product, every job, every school. The school you go to, the job you go to, the corporation that you're part of. No. Execute, bro. Execute. I want you to realize fascinating, empowering things like you are your future. I want you to realize fascinating and empowering. I want you to realize fascinating, empowering things like you are your thought. I want you to realize fascinating and empowering things like how powerful ideas, thoughts, and dreams are. Everything that exists here, every business, every product, every piece of art and music, the school you go to, the job you go to, the car you drive there, and all that existed as someone's idea before it existed here. The screen you're watching this on, this video was my idea, and now it exists. The book I'm writing is an idea of mine, and you're going to have it in your hand. So when you understand that, once you understand that you could, once you understand that, you understand that although your dreams and ideas and thoughts are not real, you can make them real by doing. And so go ahead and make them real. Make your dreams come true because you can. So all that inspirational, magical beauty, so all that inspirational, motivational crap, so all that fluffy, inspirational, motivational stuff, it sounds all fluffy and BS, but it's actually arrived through real objective analyzation of everything. And that's the fun part, and that's what this book's about. So I talk about what we are. So I talk about what we are, where we're going, and why we're motivated to do what we want to do. So I talk about what we are, where we're going, how we're going to get there, and why we're motivated to do what we want to do. I dissect consciousness and thoughts. I dissect consciousness and thoughts, and I dissect consciousness and thoughts. I explain evolution and drive, and I give insight on where we'll be in the future not too long from now. I dissect consciousness and thoughts. I explain evolution and purpose, and so I dissect consciousness and thoughts. So I dissect consciousness and thoughts. I explain evolution and purpose. So I dissect consciousness. I explain evolution and drive. I go deep in evolution and the history of us and drive, and I dissect consciousness and thoughts, and I offer insight on what the future could look like really not too far from now. And it's super interesting. So it's all really, really fun to read and learn about. And if it doesn't give you these enlightening, motivational things to change your life, you'll at least have a super fun book to read. And it's going to be really easy to read too, because I want it to be like that. And I'm going to make it seamlessly, like the way I'm talking to you right now, but even better. I'll explain evolution and drive, and I'll dissect consciousness and thoughts, and I'm going to give super interesting insight on where we might be in the future from now, not too far. Okay, after that, and I'll also explain why some things in science don't make sense, and that's the really interesting chapter. I'll also explain why some things in science don't make sense, and it goes really interesting. I'll also explain why some things in science don't make sense, and it's really fascinating and interesting. I'll also explain why some things in science don't make sense. They're not supposed to. I'll explain why that is. So you can pre-order this. So you can pre-order this book right now in digital copy or hard copy. So you can pre-order this book right now in digital copy or hard copy, and you can look on the side and see all the interesting perks and rewards you get for contributing in this developmental stage. And I owe you a huge thanks. So you can pre-order this book in both digital and hard copy. Yes. So you can pre-order this book right now in both digital and hard copy, and you could get... So you can pre-order this book right now in both digital and hard copy. No. So you can pre-order this book right now in both digital and hard copy, and you can look on the side, here. So you can pre-order this book. So you can pre-order this book right now in both digital and hard copy, and you could have a look at the rewards and perks that I'm going to give away for contributing this early in the program. No. So you can pre-order the book today. So you can pre-order the book today, right now. Do it. So you can pre-order the book. So you can pre-order the book today, right now. Do it. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, in digital or hard copy. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, on this site. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, on this site, and you'll have a book in your hand, whether it's on an ebook and digital copy if you choose that, or a physical hard book in your hand. You'll have that for real in like 2 to 3 months, I would say. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, and never have to think about this, and in 3 months, you're going to get a nice, beautiful book in your hand. So you can pre-order this book today and have it. So you can pre-order this book today, right now, and it'll be in your hands wherever you are in the world, and in whatever form you want. I'm going to be able to distribute it through ebook copies, so whether you have a Kindle, e-reader, iPad, anything, even an iPhone you could read iBooks on. I'll have it... So you can... So you can pre-order this book. So you can pre-order this book right now. So you can pre-order this book right now and have a physical hard copy. So you can pre-order this book. So you can pre-order this book right now and have a okay. Hi, bird. So you can pre-order this book right now, today, and in like 2 to 3 months, okay, just keep doing it a few times, man. Por 7 G's, and it's been 40-something minutes. It's not going to be done by like 4:30, God, Mac. Hey, it's my falso. I know, it's my fault. So you can pre-order this book right now, today, and in 2 to 3 months, you'll have a beautiful, amazing book in your hands, whether it's on an ebook or an actual physical book, whichever option you choose, that's going to be yours. So you can pre-order this book today, right now, and so you can pre-order this book today, right now, and okay, we're almost almost done. There's fucking like 3 more fucking roll. There's fucking 3 more things to get to. Come on. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, and you can have a real book in your hands in 2 to 3 months. So you can pre-order the book today, right now, and have an amazing book that you helped make possible in your hands in about 2 to 3 months from today. So you can get it both in digital copy or hard copy, and you could have a look at all the other rewards and perks I'm giving for having such an amazing person like you contribute to it at this early stage. And don't worry if you live in Sweden, Norway, Australia, Canada, the States, this is going to be shipped all over the world. So wherever you are, you can have this book. So the funding goal right now is $2,500. So the funding goal right now is $2,500, which is really just 200 people. So the funding goal right now is $2,500, and that's really just like 100 or 100. And I don't like that. So the funding goal right now is about $2,500. So the funding goal right now is $2,500, and the more funds I receive, the better book you get, because the more focus and energy I could really dedicate to this project. And this is the kind of thing that kind of could get heavy if you just kind of write it off. So you have to really write it with passion and dedication and focus, and make every edit amazing so that it's expressed in a really, really, really easy to understand way. And that's the book I'm writing. So the more funds I raise in this developmental stage, so the more funds I raise through this developmental stage, the better the final book would be, not only in terms of printing quality and the beauty of the actual physical book, but in terms of the content of the book. The more money I get, the more I could focus my energy and passion into this project so that it's the easiest book you could read, because it gets a little heavy and complicated in terms of if just someone writes it uninspiringly. But I want it to be super easy to read. The more funds I raise through this stage of development, the more funds I raise through the stages of development, the more focus and energy I can get. Yeah, I like that. The more funds I raise through the stage of development, the better book you could get. Okay, come on, I know you said it good there, you fucked up at the end. Come on. Come on, B. Come on, B. Come on, B. No, you can't do it like a little psychopath. And you're just wasting. And you're just getting uninspired final product. Play. Get excited, man. This is how you fucking make real shit happen. Gosh. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage, come on, bro, you have to fucking kill it. The more funds I raise through this developmental stage, the better book you can get. No, I gotta really, really, really say it from my heart. Come on, bro. Come on, there. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better book you get. I can't say it the way it's uninspired. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better book you'll get in your hands. Not just in terms of, yeah, I said it so good the first time. I'm trying to get back at that. This is my last chance to maybe, hopefully, make it a little better than that was. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better book you get in your hands. Not just in terms of physical paper quality. Damn you, Timmy, damn you. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better book you get. Not just in terms of physical, beautiful printing quality for the physical copy, for those of you who choose that. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final book you're going to get, not only in terms of a beautiful, higher printing quality and higher page quality. You could have just continued on that one. So the more funding I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final book you get in your hand, not just in terms of physical paper and printing quality for the physical version, but also content. The more dedication and focus I can put on this book, the better editing and the better final product you're going to get, the easier it's going to be to read. Super important that this kind of stuff is easy to read. The more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final product you get in your hand. And it's not just in terms of a beautiful print quality that I could... Why is this part the hardest? Look how fucking bourgeoisie and disease you are, honestly. Like, take a fucking minute of your life to realize how fucking, like, nice this camera is for you. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final product you receive in your hands. It's not just in terms of the paper quality and the print quality. I can give a really nice, more expensive quality book, but it's in terms of the editing. And I've said this 100 times and I'm done. I'm saying it one last time. Dude, you said it wasn't so. You're seriously not being a fucking little bitch. You're a little bitch. You're just excited because you know what's happening. You gotta work though. I know, I'm green as green could be, and I'm admitting it, so. The more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better the final product could be. And it's not just in terms of paper quality or print quality, and you can get a really nice, for the physical copy. But in terms of the content, okay, you know what, that's it. I made it into 2 fucking sentences. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final book, the better final product this book will be. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage of the product, the better final product. No, come on. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage in the product, the better final book this is going to be. So the more Matt. So the more funds I raise through this developmental stage, the better the final book will be. So the more funds I raise, through this developmental stage in the, I know I can. I was like on like DK and it's been like fucking all this time that I can't even do it. An hour. It took me an hour to do this. So the more funds I raise to this developmental stage of the product, the better the final product can be. And it's not just in terms of, I go right away, not just in terms of this. Like that one is a given, That's what I had to do it. So the more,